South Korean company Samsung is one of the most recognizable names in technology and one of the world's largest producers of consumer and industrial electronics, including appliances, digital media devices, semiconductors, smartphones, and integrated systems. The Samsung Galaxy Note series is a series of high-end Android phones primarily oriented towards pen computing. A typical cell phone has hundreds of individual components such as the display, battery, CPU, motherboard, graphics processing units, GPUs, memory management units, MMUs, display and video processors, memory and storage, connectivity modules, camera, audio, and GPS. Samsung typically produces majority of its phone parts internally. Like many companies, Samsung designs strives to maximize the use of industry standard components, although some company standard parts or product specific parts needs to be developed to meet the product requirements. Since individual components have standard connections and software protocols, it is up to the design teams to ensure compatibility between components during the design process. Interdisciplinary design teams might be comprised of design engineers, computer scientists, industrial engineers, industrial designers, marketing specialists, and other specialized disciplines. In August 22, 2016, Samsung unveiled the Galaxy Note 7, a successor to the Galaxy Note 5 smartphone, poised to be the most advanced smartphone on the market at the time. South Korean pre-orders exceeded 200,000 units within 2 days, prompting the delay of the worldwide launch due to supply shortages. August 2016, but delivery was delayed shortly after due to additional testing. By August 24, 2016, battery failures and fires are being reported worldwide, prompting an informal recall of 2.5 million phones on September 2nd. On September 8, 2016, the United States Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) and the European Aviation Safety Agency (EASA) issued a warning to switch off phones for the duration of all flights. 4 days later, a recall of all Note 7s was issued in the United States, Canada, Europe, and Asia. Other regions postponed the launch of Note 7. In an effort to mitigate the issue, Samsung quickly issued a software update to limit the phone's functionality, which also limited the battery capacity and blocked connection to wireless networks. In early October of that year, a new safe Note 7 replacements also experienced battery failures and fires, prompting mobile carriers to offer free exchanges and cease of sales for Note 7. Samsung issued a statement with an apology and halted the sales of Note 7s worldwide, encouraging customers to return their devices. The United States authorities issued a second recall, and the Federal Aviation Administration banned the Note 7 from all United States flights. 2 months later, Samsung pushed an update to the 125,000 phones still being used worldwide, which limited the battery capacity and functionality, forcing the consumers to comply with recalls. In July 2017, Samsung reintroduced Note 7 form factor, branded as Note Fan Edition, with a smaller battery in South Korea, but never made it its way to the other regions of the world. The cost of failure was estimated at $5 billion in losses and lost sales. Samsung's stock price only dipped slightly after the initial reports, but quickly rebounded just 2 months later, setting new highs for the stock. Part of the reason for the rebound is attributed to the success of other products released by Samsung. Although several class action lawsuits were filed against Samsung for the Note 7 issue, the impacts on the company were minimal, as many were based on perceived inconvenience with the court's ruling in Samsung's favor. Some lawsuits were filed due to personal injury, but overall had a minimal financial impact. On January 23, 2017, Samsung published findings from internal investigation into Note 7 failure with the causes and defects. It was determined that the batteries made by Samsung SDI Group were too small, which resulted in the electrodes to be bent, which increased the likelihood of them short-circuiting and causing batteries to overheat and eventually catch fire. Because the initial battery was manufactured internally, the incident was controllable because Samsung was responsible for completing all quality and safety checks. It was not a third-party supplier issue. Samsung operated on a closed innovation model, which means that all intellectual property was internally controlled and not open to the public, giving them total control over the entire process. Had Samsung used an open innovation model to share data and information with business partners, universities, and other research partners under contractual agreements to protect intellectual property, this incident may not have occurred.